I don't believe in this sort of myth which is created that blind people have got more hearing power and they have got because they have lost sight. I am a musician. I think I'm a born musician. I never learned any music till the age of 3. But I was singing, so-called nowadays called Bollywood. When I was 6 years old, I went to Gwalior blind school in central India. And when headmaster saw that I can play so many instruments and sing, he wanted my parents to leave me there. And it was 300 miles away from my house. So my parents just left me without even telling me. One day, playing with this orchestra, my hand went to the beautiful instrument. I could hear it a long time ago, before, but I didn't know what was that instrument. I mean, blind person, 2 inches away, I can't see anything. This instrument was in front of me. I touched it, and I liked the flower shape of the sitar. So I asked my teacher to give me the instrument. He refused. He said, no, it's too delicate and you're too wild. First thing. Secondly, it's too large and you're too small. And I said, well, I'll play. When child cries, you have to give the chocolate. So he gave me sitar in the end. And when he gave me sitar, I started playing tunes. Luckily for me, it was tuned already. So tuning I didn't have to do. I just played. And he said, wow, you can play sitar like this? Sitar is yours. And I was so happy. Sitar is with me since then, and I'm with sitar. I don't believe in this sort of myth which is created that blind people have got more hearing power and they have got because they have lost sight. That's why. It's not because of that. If you practice any sense, any of your senses to develop, you get used to. So blind people have to use. I mean, my musical hearing is much better than many musicians. I'm very lucky. I just consider myself very lucky. Otherwise, if that was the case, we were 115 boys in our school. Everybody could be a good musician. Luckily for me, no. I'm here, they are there. There are lots of musicians who have learned they call self-taught. I wouldn't call myself perfectly self-taught, but I have been taught by those gurus who were not famous, and so I don't have any kind of the tail hanging on my back that this guru is the great ustad and great artist and great this, and that's why unfortunately I was not the son of Ravi Shankar. So I don't have that sort of image behind me that I have been linked with those gurus. I learned with gurus, and then I have discovered myself quite a lot of things. So yes, I broke all these myths. There is another thing about this myth I would like to say. It's called guru-shishya parampara. That means a traditional approach is you learn from me and you become my disciple for whole life. And if you go to another guru, the gurus don't like it. They hate it. are blind people as good as many other musicians. Why there is no any famous blind musician in UK? There is a famous musician from Italy, Andre Bocelli. There is famous musician from America, Stevie Wonder. There is famous musician from India as well. There are quite a few. And everybody knows about them. In UK, there is none. And I thought blind people should have the same platform, if not better, than me. So, as I have been playing with lots of musicians, great musicians, like Paul McCartney, Boy George, Annie Lennox, that was one of the reasons I established this Inner Vision Orchestra in 2008. So, it's an awareness of two things. One, we are not only blind, we cannot see each other, but we can make you show that we can make you see that we can play together. And we will start together, middle together, and end together. Isn't it wonderful? I'm very lucky to say that as I've said, I played with lots of musicians, and special performance I remember playing with Para-Olympic ceremony, closing ceremony, and it was not only me, we were the 4 musicians from Inner Vision Orchestra, and that was wonderful. And what is more wonderful about it, that later on people told me that next to me was sitting Chris Martin from Coldplay, exactly like I was sitting, cross-legged. And he was singing, and I really enjoyed that moment, but I knew it after. It was so wonderful. Also, what is more fantastic was I could hear, when I took my headphones off, I heard 85,000 people clapping. First time in my life. The longest raga I have played so far, 3 hours. And the same raga can be for 3 minutes and 3 hours, 2 minutes and 2 hours, and so on and so forth. Because you can just improvise. But as I said, it has to be improvised within the framework and should not really sound like you have really repeated the same combination. It's not the same combination, maybe a little bit varieties. Okay, this is the another thing about Indian music. We are rich melodically, and Western music is rich in harmony. And when two combines together, it becomes a wonderful music. People keep thinking Indian music is very spiritual, very meditative, and this kind of music. I believe not Indian music only, All kinds of music is very spiritual.